Hello everyone, thanks for joining me this morning. Margarete Miller time again. Come around fast, don't they? Okay, so we're up to week 14. So anyone who doesn't know about Margarete Miller, it's a year-long challenge with weekly assignments, and it's all about collaging. So every week you get a set of prompts to follow, and for this week, being week 14, the prompts are a ribbon, a plant, a person, splashes or splotches, sheet music, and the bonus is a piece of sewing pattern. I'm not going to use the bonus this week. I was very excited when I saw splashes or splotches because I love splashes and splotches. Okay, so I have got my little book here, which is just about bursting at the seams now, and I've collected a few things up. I'm going to do just a single page this time. That's just a painting that I'd done in the book before I started collaging into it, and I thought I might run it this way, landscape, for a change, just to be different. Okay, so I have my sheet music, I have my person, I have my plant, I've got some beautiful ribbon I bought. I love that, it's got birds and a vine on it. My splashes and splotches, I have this stamp which is like splotches, and of course I've got my trusty old watercolour paints. I've got a couple of other things that I might add in just for some texture. I've got bits of that was off the side of an old towel that had frayed. That was off a piece of fabric. What was it called? Jute, I think. Yeah, bit of cheesecloth. I've got a shovel that I cut out of a Daphne's diary because I'm going to have my little boy here leaning on the shovel, and I think that came out of the Daphne's diary again. The flower image came out of a book about plants from the United Kingdom. And then I've got a couple of butterflies. Those butterflies were a freebie from Louisa Heinzel. So if you go to her website, you can find a whole heap of free things there. Now I've reprinted a little mini version of the prompts. Look at it, so tiny. How could you take it away from its mother? Okay, so I might even pop that up there. I'm not sure. Okay, and this one, every week I sort of try and do something a little bit different. I don't like to keep doing the same thing over and over. Last week I did two versions. I did like an art journal page, and then I did the standard run-of-the-mill, normal, if you can call it normal, type of collage. So as I say, I just try and mix it up a bit each week, and hopefully I can do something like that this time. So I'm going to have my music sheet as my base. And like that. And then there's a little scrap of this left. What I'd been doing was making them on double pages and then doing like a little bit of a collage up on the opposite side. So I think I can do something, because I've got a little blank area on the top of, or the bottom of this painting, so I might just make a little collage up there. Okay, so that's what I want to do first, is glue down my music sheet. Do I want that to be so straight? You know what? I'm going to tear that into 3 pieces. And stick them across the page, and that gives me another little piece maybe for up there. Okay, well that up that way. How does that look there? Sorry, my microphone cord is swaying in the breeze here. And I finally found a use for our phone book. Who uses a phone book these days? We don't. We just look it up on Google. And if you're using your phone, there's always a link, so you can just ring ring them up, press the button and ring. I generally put the phone book straight into the recycling bin when it gets here. It's a bit of a waste. There we go. So we're pointing this way for that one. And I had seen other people using their phone books and other books, of course, magazines and things, and I thought, that's a good idea. It's only taken me a year to cotton on to that for the penny to drop. I always wondered why they folded the pages over. Yes, I'm a bit slow on the uptake sometimes. Hope everyone's well. We're all doing pretty good here. Although my husband and I live in our own little sort of bubble these days. We don't go out and socialise like we used to, and that's nothing to do with COVID, it's just to do with getting old. You just become a bit more of a homebody, I think. That's on there like that. I like the way that looks. It's just not stuck down properly there. The book's a bit, I've got another one underneath it to hold that up, but it's still a bit funny. Like it's so fat over the side. But I'm really excited because it's getting close to the end. I can't wait for it to be finished so I can go back and have a look. Yeah, I'm just looking to see what I can put on here. Just going to grab watercolours. Oh, I've got a set of watercolour pencils, so I think I'll use them, get some background on there. Because really lucky, somebody sent me some happy mail. Actually, when I say somebody, it was Lizzie. And she sent me a blue gelato and this awesome gold, it's a water soluble wax crayon. She sent me a tube of rub and buff and it's gold, as well as a whole heap of other things. Out of the blue, just decided to send it to me, so yeah, I'm very, very grateful to her for that. So they're watercolour pencils too, but they're not that great. They're just cheap ones. These aren't expensive ones, but they're a little bit better quality. So I might just run a bit of the green around and then go back and activate it. I won't be doing 2 videos this week for this challenge. Julie and me, we've got our collage challenge, so that's the 22, sorry, start again, I can't get my words right today. Hashtag 22 collage challenge, APR for April. So if you're wanting to join in, that's the hashtag you need to use. I'm really excited about this month's, although I was last one too, and mine was a disaster. Yeah, but it's boho this time. I love the boho, my favourite. And when I was collecting the things to make this one, I kept getting crossing my wires, and I'd be collecting up stuff for this, and then all of a sudden I realised, oh hang on, half of this stuff is for the other one. So I have to rethink all the time. So as you can see, I'm just scribbling all over this. Let's see what happens. It'd be funny if it didn't activate and then I've just wrecked my page. That's the sort of thing that happens to me. Okay, so let's use, which brush? This one will do. I had some water, what did I do with it? This one will do. Oh yeah, it's working. Only thing is I'll have to dry it once I've finished. I'll try not to mix the green with the brown, so that doesn't look very nice. Doesn't need a lot of water either to get them moving. dipping the brush in the jar and then wiping the excess water off on the side of the jar. It actually looks a little bit darker than I wanted it to look, but we'll see what happens when it's dry. May go over it with a bit of gesso to knock it back a bit. I don't want my plant and my little boy to get lost in amongst everything. The pencil is slightly harder to activate than I thought it would be. Oh, I've got some exciting news. Remember how I talked about our roof leaking? We had someone come and look at it, apart from the insurance company. So yeah, so they won't fix the inside damage to the house, which isn't a lot. So it's nothing to be distressed about. Yeah, until we actually fix the roof, because the roof, well, the house is nearly 40 years old, so the roof is the original roof. And then anyway, someone came to look at it to do a repair, and they got up there and they're like, you know, it's going to cost X amount of dollars to do it, and then, you know, you might have to redo it again a bit later on. And so we considered it, and we've decided to put a new roof on the house, and we're going from tiles to a colour bond roof. Yeah, so that's exciting. So that's going to happen next week. It sort of blends with that painting up there, doesn't it? See, that brown hasn't really blended at all. What I didn't want to happen is for my little boy, as I said, to get lost. I want him to stand out. Oh yeah, still does. Not too bad. I'm just going to dry that off. Alrighty, so that's dry now, and I have decided that it's too dark. I have my bits and pieces on top of it, and yeah, it's just too dark for me. So what I thought I would do is stick some texture on here. So I've got a bit of cheesecloth, and I've got these threads and things, so I'll stick them down, and then I will put some modelling paste over the top of them. Just arrange it somehow on here, just so it basically is going to cover up some of the green went a bit overboard with. Okay, something like that. So I'm just going to use this glue to stick that down. And if you're thinking, why am I putting green down if I don't like how green it is, the modelling paste will actually cover the colour of that. Well, I'm hoping it will. Luckily this glue doesn't take very long to dry. And the modelling paste will also help everything stick. I'll just spread the modelling paste over the top of it with a spatula or a paint knife. And now I'm going to get the spatula and put the modelling paste over the top of that. And I'm going to cover all of it up. That's right, I remember this modelling paste is a bit funny. Oops. Probably pulling it up as much as I'm pasting it down. This modelling paste is a bit gummy, and I'm not sure whether it's going off. I've had it for a while. I do have some other paste that I might have to switch to. See how we go. Yep, I'm going to change to the other paste. So I have the chroma acrylic paste, which is easier to spread. It's much thinner. Oops. As you'll see when I see how it just goes on, I'm not having to apply pressure to it. I'm not going to throw the other one out though. I think it still has some life left in it, but probably just not for doing stuff like this. I reckon some coffee on this page is going to look nice. A bit of a lump there, I might cut that lump off. Only because it's going to make it harder to stick the other things on top. A bit too much texture there. So you can see now that it's covering up the green. It's not as in your face as it was. I like that little patch in the middle there, but it's probably going to end up being covered over, I'd say. Where else do I need some? There's a little bit there. Actually take a piece, take some of it out of there, pop it into there. I'm wondering about the ribbon. Should I put the ribbon on and then paste over the ribbon? Where is it? Even though it's nice, I just think it'd be nicer if it was in the page instead of on the page, if you know what I mean. I'll just cut a bit off. And I'm going to let it hang off the edge. So I'll just glue that on with some texture paste. And then I'll go over the top of it as well. You don't want it to be right in the spine. It'll affect the way the book opens and closes. So I can trim that off a bit if it's too long, but as I say, I do like bits hanging out. Okay, so that needs to dry. It's nice and dry now, so I used my heat tool on that. Now I have some coffee, which is very strong. I'm not sure whether it's too strong actually. We'll see. Wonder, oh, it's not too bad. Grunge it up a little bit. I suppose I could think about where I'm going to put things now. Just bring all my little doobalackies back over here. Bits and bobs. Got my prompts. Got my kiddo. The plant I think could go there. Okay, so I did make some cuts so that his hand would fit over the handle of the shovel, and that was to go behind him. Oops, getting tangled like that. I think he needs to be closer to the bottom, so it doesn't look like he's floating in midair. So that was like that, maybe there like that, and this one over there. How does that look? Yeah, don't mind that. I sort of feel that that needs to be over here though, on the brownie colour. Something like that, I think. I might just pop you over there, young man, for a moment, and get this little splotchy stamp. $5.99 from Kaiser Craft. Actually, I think it came down when I actually took it to the checkout because they got a special on this week. I've got this metallic coppery colour. I'm going to use that. You can't see, can you? Okay. Oh, that looks nice. Put some on the edge of the page. Alright, that'll do. I think I need another butterfly so that I've got 3 butterflies on there, but we'll look at that in a moment. I think I need a little bit of white on that. I'm just going to grab my gesso. I'm just going to use my finger, smudge it out a bit. I still want to be able to see it, but I don't want it that dark. I mean, I loved it when I first put it on, of course, as I always do. And it looks better. Just a subtle difference, but it does make a difference. Okay, now I wanted to put some gold splatters on here, so I'm going to do that before and after gluing. I'll use the light coloured gold. That'll do for the time being. One thing I thought would look good with this was to actually put some coffee on it, just so that it looks like it's, you know, the coffee is behind it. I'm just going to touch some on, just in a few places, because I wasn't going to sit there and cut through everything. That'd just be very hard to do. Too time consuming, not hard, but yeah, more work than I want to put in. It's not like I'm going to be selling this or anything like that, so that's sort of out of the question to go to so much trouble. Alright, so while that's drying, I'm going to get my plant behind the little boy. I think I press too hard when I'm putting glue stick down. I always end up big clumps. Don't tell me it's not going to stick. This is what happened with something else I was doing. The glue stick wouldn't stick to the other bits of whatever I had on the page. It's going to go behind there. Probably won't see any of that, but it just beds it down. The little fella's going to go there like that. Oh, over here maybe. Yep. I'll use this other glue to stick him on with. I thought that was wet. It's not. I must have put it into something on the page. Don't stick that bit down. Just shove the shovel into there, the handle. Put him about there, so he's touching the ribbon. He's in front of the plant. Something to hold his head down while he's drying. Apart from my finger. Okay. Just going to use some of this other glue. It's just easier to handle for smaller things. The pen point on this is awesome, the pen tip. And this little bottle of glue is just under $10, but it does last for a long time, and it pretty much sticks anything I want it to stick. especially fibres and things, you know, like if you're sticking bits of fabric down. That's what I'm trying to say. How does that look? It looks pretty cute standing there. So please, it's the shape of the book that's making that all pop up like that. So there's so much. I mean, and the all the texture underneath too isn't helping, but because the book is bulging, it doesn't help. Just keep putting a little bit of pressure on it from time to time. It should be alright. And the other thing was my daisy. So you can go over here like that. Okay, so don't forget with Julie and my doodling, I keep saying doodling, got doodles on the brain. The collage challenge next week is the April one. So Julie has got a video out in which she shows all the prompts. She's actually made a printable up. I'm pretty sure there's a link to that in her video description, so you know what you need for the next few months. So you can post on put up an Instagram post, sorry, concentrating on my gluing here, or you can make a YouTube video. So you just need to use hashtag 2022 collage challenge APR for April, and that'll put it in the right playlist. So that's been really fun doing the challenge. Seen some excellent pieces of work from different folks along the way. Let's see if I can find another butterfly. Got a few sitting here. I like the blue. Oh yeah, there's some nice ones. These are all from Louisa Heinzel. I like this greeny blue one. I think that would look nice. Just quickly separate him from the paper. Try it against the maybe. This is another nice one. I think the one with the blue on it is more suited. It just pops more off the page. That one is the dullest one, so that should go in some white. That one can go there. I think that one should go there. And this one may be in amongst those strands. Face them all, had them all facing the same way. So I'm just going to quickly cut them out, glue them down, and then put some more splatters on my page. And that'll just about be it. Did I finish telling you about the April challenge, the collage challenge? You just need to post your video or Instagram post on or after next Wednesday. Next Wednesday will be the 6th of April, I believe. Can't wait to see what everybody's doing. And then the following fortnight is the doodle one. Just going to put a little bit of orange on there, just for that butterfly to sit on. Because that, see the difference it makes? So you've got that, because those colours are opposite each other on the colour wheel, you've got that lovely relationship between those two colours happening. And I'll just put a little bit there, and just a touch there, just so it's not just in the one place. Okay, now I just need to glue down my butterflies, or flutterbys as Julie from Camellia Crafts Designs calls them, which I reckon they should be called anyway, because that's what they do. They flutter by. And put that one that way. Now I just need to draw some antenna on. just going to use my Tombow pen for that. Oops. Caught in the texture. The only other thing I can think of, apart from some gold splatters, is to maybe go around the outside, the edges, just to give a bit of a lift in some places. Yeah, I've got a pencil in here that I want to use, this one. Is that it? Yeah, the Lumicolor. Oh, that's soggy there. Just be gentle. Give him a bit of a shadow so it looks like he's standing on the ground rather than floating in the air. Around his head. I don't know if this is the water soluble one. I keep forgetting. No, it's not. It's this one. Purple. Pretty sure this one is. Oh yeah, that's nicer. And you can't go wrong if you add purple next to green. Complementary colours. So I can wet that and blend it. And put some water on the brush I can. There we go. Just activate that. Blend it out a little bit. I've got enough light. I just noticed it's gotten a little bit cloudy. Probably in my shadow then. My own shadow, I should say. Okay. Look what other colours I can put in there. There's the black one. These are a bit blunt. Don't know if I've ever sharpened them, because I've hardly ever used them, so don't have to put too much. Just a little bit. Just to give a bit of definition. I saw an awesome video about neurographic art. I thought I might have another go doing this method. I had used the one that Julie showed us, which was to push the coin around with the pen. This is a slightly different one. It's only quite recent. And it's like an educational, it's actually a school, I can't remember the name of it though. Oh yeah, so that was really interesting, and the lady who did it was talking about the person that invented this form of art and how it actually helps your brain, and apparently it's really good for stress relief, and it uses the neurons in your brain in a different way to what they would normally be used, so, which was I found quite interesting. Okay, now I would like to do something around the butterflies, and I'm thinking maybe this white gel pen, if it'll work on all the sogginess. I don't think it is actually. Not enough. Okay, let's forget that idea and use something else. What can I use? Oh, this is nice, but I'm not going to go around the butterflies with it. I'm just going to do my border with it. It's a paint pen. It's gold. Probably can't see that. I need to go around the butterflies with something nice and bright. I just dipped this pencil in the water. So that's nice and subtle. I like that. So when you finish watching this, which I thank you very much for, I would love it if you could give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and don't forget to look at everybody else's videos. Check out Julie's, because she always does really thoughtful collages. She likes to tell a story in her collage. Mine are usually a bit of potluck. I'm liking this one. I don't like that purple mess there, so I'm just going to see if I can smear that out a little bit. Yep. And I might just put some yellow in there. Break that up a little bit. Oh, gold splatters. That's my final thing that I'm putting on there apart from the date. Let's put the date on now. So today is the 1st of April. April Fool's Day. Pop that down here. I can just see it. Oh, let's just stick it somewhere else. There. Yep. Okay. I just thought of one other thing that I would like to do. I'm going to do it with this reddy gold colour. And I'm just going to put some text. That didn't show up. A bit of this text stamp. And give it another go and press harder. Yeah, I like that. No, that'll do. Not too much. Trying to show a little bit of restraint. Now for the splatters. After last week, I decided I was going to use a fan brush to do these splatters with. So I'm just going to grab that. So I've got this one, which is a hog hair one. This might have been one of the very first brushes I ever bought. I think when I first started with my acrylic painting, I had no brushes, no anything. And how it started, I mean, I've always painted, but I hadn't done it for so long. But ooh, they're very distinct. No, not on your face, darling. You don't need gold splatters there. Yeah, so I went over to the art shop and they sold me a set. I think it was in a little container, like a tube. Was off and running. Well, I think I'll leave that as it is. Call it a day. So let's double check the prompts are all there. So I have a ribbon, got this one, I have my plant, I have my person, got splashes and splotches everywhere, got my sheet music right in the background. You can just see little bits of it popping out here and there. And I didn't use the bonus, which was a piece of a sewing pattern. So that's it. I'll just lift it up to the camera so if you can see. I'm really happy with this. I love it, actually. I'm finding that I'm just getting more and more confident with doing the collages, and I don't feel that I need to try and be super arty with them. I do love to incorporate some arty things in there, but I don't feel the need to make it, you know, like a complete piece of like mixed media. So that's really good. I love it. Okay, so yeah, don't forget to check out the playlist. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and turn on notifications so you know when I'm putting up something new. So I do at least 2 videos a week, sometimes 3 or 4, depends on the mood I'm in and the time that I have available to me, and what's coming up, that sort of thing. So it's collage challenge for me and Julie on next Wednesday, and then the following fortnight it's the doodle challenge. So if you're taking part in them, keep those dates in mind. But yeah, just refer back to our channel or leave a comment and ask a question if you're not sure. Thank you so much for joining me today, really appreciate it. My book is nearly full. I just wanted to use this page because it was a single page that was just hanging there by itself. So there's another one here that needs to be done, and on this one I think I might do something else on that. And then I think I've got about 3 double, oh no, there's only 2 double pages left at the back of the book. So that was the arty one that I did last week, and then that was one of the ones I actually had to do this 3 times because I had problems with my footage. That was the second one. Oh, there's another page. It needs to have something on it. And that was the very first one. I was really disappointed that this one didn't record properly, didn't save properly, because I'd used things that Julie had sent me in the Happy Mail. So I'd used that lovely napkin with the peacock on it on both pages. Though I did manage to get a bit of it in the second one as well, but that one didn't work either. And she sent me an Edith Holden page that I cut the eggs and the bird and the words off. So yeah, so that was a little bit disappointing, but never mind. I got all that practice doing the one thing, and I actually love the final one. That one, yeah, I love that bird. I love its wing action, and yeah, beautiful. Okie dokie. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Hope to see you back again next week. Thanks for joining me. Remember, creativity is contagious. Pass it on. Be kinder than you need to be. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers from Australia. Hooroo.